Good evening. Welcome to the House of Mercy Recordings first Friday showcase. Thanks for making it out on this snowy, snowy night. Who thinks they traveled the furthest to be here tonight? Erik Brandt says...
No, Erik,
That's so you beat me by 1 block.
Okay.
3 blocks. 3 blocks.
We've got 4.
Cam and Quillen?
Hour and a half.
Hour and a half?
I came from Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Oh, you got us.
Ooh, anybody beat Buffalo? Oh. New York. I think we win.
That's dedication.
Yes. We meet here on the first Friday of the month, and we feature friends of the House of Mercy Church that meets just about a block from here, and artists who've recorded on the label, and we're so glad to have you, and we're thankful that Ginkgo invited us back again. And feel free, this is a casual gig. We don't mind the espresso machine running. We don't mind if you get a craving for ice cream in the middle. It's just fine. Or if kids are rowdy. It's fine. It's great. Tonight we have 3 wonderful performers, one of which was not on the, what's the word?
The bill.
The bill. Dan Israel tried really hard to fight the flu today, and he lost. And we said, thank you for not sharing your germs, and we also want him to get better so that he can keep playing other places. So I'm very sorry if you came specifically for Dan. He's sick. But we have Erik Brandt joining us tonight. Yay! Of the Urban,
good to be here.
Yes, and he would have been here anyway. So of the Urban Hillbilly Quartet and solo projects and the Beguine Brothers and Harding High School. And we have him and Quillen Rowe from the Rowe Family Singers. Yay! And we have Becky Schauer from St. Paul. So, we're going to have each of you say what you do during the day, whatever that might be, as long as it's family friendly in your answer, and your favorite movie of all time.
All right. During the day, I'm a half-time nurse and a full-time mom. And one of my favorite movies, I've got lots of favorites, but the one that popped in my head is Jeremiah Johnson. Robert Redford.
We play music for a living. We're very lucky that way. This is what we do right here. My favorite movie is Star Wars.
I knew that was
Number 4, which would be the first one.
Yep.
Sorry. My movie? I don't know.
Black Orpheus.
Black Orpheus, yeah. Because I really don't watch movies anymore. I watch Nick Jr. and Sprout. That's about it. And Finding Nemo and, good times.
Which isn't a bad movie.
No, it's not. It's I like that movie.
I'm a high school teacher for St. Paul Public Schools. I work over on the east side at a big school called Harding. And I teach English, and I'm an IB coordinator. And I'm never the kind of person who remembers movies very well. So I'll just say one that I saw recently that I really enjoyed. It was My Friend Totoro by
there you go.
Hayao Miyazaki. We went to see it at a theater with our children, and it was so fun. What a great movie.
It's pretty super sweet.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Just like a totally alternate universe. It was beautiful.
Good choice.
Thank you. Well, ask me tomorrow. It would be different.
We'll ask you tomorrow. So Becky has been playing the ukulele for a little over a year, but I know that she grew up singing a lot, especially with some family members who we're hoping to see later tonight, possibly. You guys know the routine? Do one? Take it away.
Is that about right? You think? All right. Okay, this first song, I don't have any original music, so these are all songs that I just like. But this song is by Kate Rusby, and she's an English folk singer, and it's called Who Will Sing Me Lullabies? Lay me down gently I fear I am broken and won't mend, I know. The one thing I ask when the stars light the skies, oh, who now will sing me lullabies? Oh, who now will sing me lullabies? In this big world I'm lonely, for I am but small. Oh, angels in heaven, don't you care for me at all? You heard my heart breaking, for it rang through the skies. So why won't you sing me lullabies? Oh, why won't you sing me lullabies?
That got us thinking about an old English ballad that we like to play. So it is called "Pretty Crow and Chicken," and there's a great tradition in particularly British balladry called revenant songs. And revenant is another word for ghost. And revenant songs, it's a whole class of songs that are ghost love stories. So the narrator, the singer, falls in love with somebody, and for whatever reason they can't be together in the normal course of things, but eventually it works out for them to consummate their relationship, and then afterwards the singer finds out that the person they were in love with is dead. Their ghost. So this one's called "Pretty Crow and Chicken."
Oh, the moon shines bright and the stars they get white, while this fair miss she wearies alone. There is something in the way that causes him to stay, while this fair miss she wearies alone. While this fair miss she wearies alone. her own true love come at last. He come very fast, come a tripping through the plain. The fair Miss Rose, she drew on all her clothes, for who will come her own true lover in. For who will come her own true lover in. My pretty little chicken, my pretty crowing chicken, don't you crow before day, and I will make you the wings of the beaten yellow gold, and your comb of the silver so gay, 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 and your comb of the silver so gay. But this chicken proved false-hearted and crowed 1 hour too soon. She sent her love away before it had come day, and he traveled by the light of the moon, moon, moon. And he traveled by the light of the moon. She said all of her milk-white steed, also her dapple gray, and she rode through the dark wilderness at the end of the long summer's day, 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 at the end of the long summer's day. Turtle love, when shall I see you again? When the moon and the stars enter into yonder stream, and the sky shall shed no more rain, 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 and the sky shall shed no more rain.
My signal will be a lot stronger. I'll turn the down volume down. I've got a ghost song too. But you have to wait for the last verse for the ghost to appear in this one. I drove past your house today, thought I'd take a look, felt I probably should. Who has raked these leaves and mowed the lawn since you've been gone? I drove past your house last month, snow up against the walls, the icicles about to fall. Someone had shoveled the walk, but not the stairs, 'cause you weren't there. School bus rumbles up the street, and your house blurs into the scenery. This place that once held life for me is haunted with memory. Drove past your house after we put you to rest, sang you off to the blessed. Your car was waiting for you to turn the key. That day will never be. When does a home become a house full of empty shadows? Is it when no one's around to shatter the sorrows? When does a home become a house full of empty shadows? Is it when no one's around to shatter the sorrows? I'd ride past your house someday, and there'll be a family. They won't know your story. Will your ghost watch down on them from afar, or from right here in my car? Thank you.
To those of you who just joined us after our first rousing round, these are our guests of the House of Mercy Recordings First Friday Showcase. We have Becky Schauer, Kim and Quillen Rowe, and Erik Brandt, who's filling in for Dan Israel, who fell ill today. Second question of the evening. I don't have my little random treasure box questions. For those of you regulars, we have a treasure box of totally random get-to-know-you questions. And so I just got to make them up tonight. And I think what I'm wondering on this cold night is, if you were at home listening to music, what song would you put on repeat?
Right now.
Yeah?
All right.
You
Well-
can do whatever you want.
That's a tough one. But I'm a big James Taylor fan, so I'd probably put on I don't know, Fire and Rain. Maybe not over and over, but one time at least.
Kim had a good point. We have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old daughter, so what we would choose and what we probably would actually be listening to.
Would be Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah.
The Christmas song.
Alvin and Chipmunks, yeah, the Christmas song every morning. Daddy, will you play the Chipmunks for us?
It's sleeping right now. Someplace.
It's been
someplace
put away?
dark, Yes.
I think you should play that House of Mercy Recordings album, Duke Otherwise.
Actually, we've been listening to that
How
in
do you
the car.
say no in Espanol?
It's
Exactly.
a big hit with the kids. Our daughters love this
That
album.
is a ridiculously hot seller for the label, no joking.
It is hilarious.
Our daughters love it. If you've got kids in that age group, it's for them.
I've actually had
How do you say no in Espanol?
that one, but all day today I've had
My uncle
I
is
have an
aunt.
uncle who's an aunt. It's stuck in my head.
Synonym for synonym?
It's
So-
awesome. Check it out.
So is that the song you'd be listening to?
Probably.
We recently got, there's an amazing Australian songwriter named Casey Chambers and her husband Shane Nicholson. And we recently got their recent album. And track 3, I don't know the name, but track 3. That one.
I love track 3.
Yeah, track 3. That's where it's at. Track 3.
All right. 2 times, right? 2 times? All right. Okay. Well, I wish I could look at you all when I sing, but I'll lose my place, and it's stressful enough. So. All right. I didn't grow up listening to Bob Dylan, but my husband did, and he's a big Bob Dylan fan. So This next one's called Don't Think Twice, It's All Right by Bob Dylan.
You're fine. Get that for you, Dad.
Thank you. Oh, I'm going to start over. Well, it ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe. If you don't know by now. And it ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe. It'll never do somehow. When your rooster crows at the break of dawn, look out your window and I'll be gone. You're the reason I'm traveling on. But don't think twice, it's alright. And it ain't no use in turning on your light, babe. That light I'd never knowed. And it ain't no use in turning on your light, babe. I'm on the dark side of the road. Still I wish there was something you would do or say to try and make me change my mind and stay. We never did too much talking anyway. But don't think twice, it's alright. So it ain't no use in calling out my name, gal, like you never did before. And it ain't no use in calling out my name, gal. I can't hear you anymore. I'm a thinking and a wondering, walking down the road. I once loved a woman, a child I'm told. I gave her my heart, but she wanted my soul. But don't think twice, it's alright. So long, honey, babe. Where I'm bound, I cannot tell. Goodbye is too good a word, gal. So I'll say fare thee well. I ain't saying you treated me unkind. You should have done better, but I don't mind. You just kind of wasted my precious time. But don't think twice, it's alright. This next song is called Twilight, and it's written by Robbie Robertson, but I first heard it sung by Sean Colvin. Over by the Wildwood Club, one hot summer night, we lay in the tall grass till the morning light comes shining. If I had my way, I'd never get the urge to roam. Sometimes I'd serve my country, sometimes I'd stay at home. Just don't put me in a frame upon the mantle, where memories turn dusty, old and gray. Don't leave me alone. thought never crossed my mind. To what is right and what is not, I'm not the judging kind. But I would steal your darkness and the storms from your skies. We've all got certain trials burning up inside. So don't send me no distant salutations or silly souvenirs from far away. Don't leave me alone in the twilight. Twilight is the loneliest time of day. And don't put me in a frame upon the mantle where memories turn dusty, old and gray. Don't leave me alone in the twilight. Twilight is the loneliest time of day.
So, Erik and I have known each other probably since about 1996, probably. His band, the Urban Hillbilly Quartet, and my band at the time was called Accident Clearinghouse. We played a lot of shows together. And Dan Israel, who was supposed to be here tonight, that Erik's taking his place, Dan started about the same time. And it's funny, I see Erik every Sunday, of course, at church, and I talk to Dan, you know, maybe once or twice a month on email. And Dan in particular is always he always feels really bad about his music career. He's got a full-time job, and he plays a lot of great shows, and he's friends with some, like, the mayor of St. Paul, so he gets to play a whole bunch of gigs for the mayor and stuff, and he feels really bad about this, that his career just isn't what it should be. And
I think he's opening for the Bodines.
Yeah, exactly, at the Guthrie.
Yeah,
he's playing at the Guthrie this weekend or something. I mean, he's doing all right. But it got me thinking that, like, when you play music, you know, we all started in our teens and our 20s, and there's tons of bands. Always, there's 1,000 bands that you'd be playing these new band showcases with, and there are very few people that stick with it. And Erik and Dan are some of the only people that I know that are still playing like we are. I mean, like, none of the guys in my old band still play music. They've all got, you know, jobs and kids and families, and it's just interesting how people make those choices and change. So this song that Kim and I are going to do, this is one that I wrote way back with Accident Clearinghouse, and the band broke up right after I wrote it, so it got recorded but didn't get played a whole lot. So Kim and I are going to... Do you know the words? You do?
I do.
Do you know the key?
This
is called The Cold Thin Air, and it's a song about... It's based on the summer that I wrote this, I was nannying for a family from Norway. And they had this book of Norwegian folk tales in the house, and I got to reading it when the kids would be playing Legos or whatever by themselves. And there's apparently a very popular Norwegian folk tale about this troll who all the ladies fall in love with. The ladies just love this troll. And he gets so fed up with it that he takes his heart out and he hides it somewhere. And he says that he will only marry the woman that can find his heart. And so that's where the idea of this, that's where the kernel of this song started. Because I was having the same trouble when I wrote this song.
I'm the winner. I found it as artist.
The winner? Is that just that?
I'm the winner.
Actually, it was just the opposite. I was going through a really terrible relationship meltdown, and let's just say I'm not the troll in the song. Is that the right key?
Sure. You sat in that cupboard over there. But when I looked, the only thing I found was a cold thin air.
You laughed at me, said I was foolish. How could I buy such a thing?
And I asked you where your heart was. You said in that fire over there. But when I looked, the only thing I found was a cold thin air.
You laughed at me, said I was foolish. How could I buy such a thing? The only way to find your heart was with a diamond ring. I put flowers all those places. I placed flowers at your feet. And I spoke words from deep in my heart, but they found no heart to meet. I asked you where your heart was, not under stone or in a cupboard there. You said you'll find it in a churchyard in the cold thin air. Laughed at myself, I was so foolish. I knew I'd never find it there. Because my girl, there is no heart in the cold thin air. Because my girl, there just ain't no heart in the cold thin air.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
I remember that song.
It was there. It was around.
Yeah, I remember it.
I like it better now as a Rowe family song, of course. This next one we're going to do is one of our favorite gospel tunes. It's a song called No Depression in Heaven. It was written in 1933, and the Carter family had the first hit with it in 1936, you know, right towards the end of the Depression. So it makes a really interesting, you know, so it sets up, like, you know, the financial and the political times of the 30s and saying, it's just really awful, and, you know, but heaven's going to be great. And I think it feels pretty gosh darn apropos these days, too. That's what it says, isn't it? For fear the hearts of men are failing, for these are latter days we know. The great depression now is spreading. God's word declared it would be so. I'm going where there's no depression,
To a lovely land.
to a lovely land that's free from care. I'll leave this world of toil and trouble. My home's in heaven, I'm going there. In that bright land there'll be no hunger, no orphan children crying for bread, no weeping widows, toil or trouble, no shroud, no coffin, and no dead. I'm going where there's no depression,
To a lovely land.
to a lovely land that's free from care. I'll leave in this dark hour of midnight nearing, and tribulation time will come. The storm will hurl and midnight fear, and sweep lost millions to their doom. I'm going where there's no depression,
To a lovely land,
to a lovely land that's free from care. I'll leave this world of toil and trouble. My home's in heaven, I'm going there. My home's in heaven, I'm going there.
Thank you very much.
So I'm trying to figure out what's the thematic idea I'm supposed to pick up off up here, and that which would lead me into the next song. Depression.
No depression.
No depression.
Don't you have any songs about trolls? Come on, man.
I don't know trolls.
You've had all these years to write a troll song.
I really don't have any songs about mythological creatures.
Not even a manticore?
Definitely not the manticore. The manticore. Woo! I'll turn that down a little bit. Yeah, I don't really know where to go. I'm going to do a song called 145.
Ooh, what key is it in?
It's in G. C, D. You want to play washboard? You can play ukulele if you want to. It's in G. Yeah, there's never
Doesn't go to the
minor 6 or anything. It
goes
walks
to
down
C.
back down to the C.
Okay.
It's a song called 145, and I wrote after listening to a lot of Iris Dement. And most folk and blues songs follow a 145 progression. So it's a very comforting sound. And this one is maybe ties into this looking for hope somewhere else. She poured out her sadness into her guitar. She pressed her hands against the walls of the jar. Give me that old 145 and a glimmer of the sunrise. There's manna somewhere in these skies. Give me that old 145. And it's well past midnight. I'm on my last beer. That's the exit sign over the door. And that's me sitting here. Give me that old 145 and a glimmer of the sunrise. There's manna somewhere in these skies. Give me that old 145. Walking the banks of the Jordan, throwing in my net, looking for a rock to stand upon, getting my feet wet. Give me that old 145 and a glimmer of the sunrise. There's Give me that old 145. Thank you for joining me.
He played that song at church a couple of weeks ago, and I had it stuck in my head for about a month. So, thank you, Eric.
All right, well, now you guys get to have it all stuck in your heads for a month. I'm going to do one off an album that I recorded for House of Mercy Recordings called Ramblin'. Well, I met you under Broadway lights, and I left you crying most every night. I've been rambling round, I've been rambling round. I ain't never gonna let the dust settle down. When I see your eyes burning into mine, well, I toast the air and drink some more wine. I've been rambling round, I've been rambling round. I ain't never gonna let the dust settle down. Flowers from the roadside beckon me on. Don't bother waiting for me, I'm too far gone. I've been rambling round, I've been rambling round. I ain't never gonna let the dust settle down. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do when the things she loves don't love you? The road's my pillow, billboard's my blanket. Moonlight rolls out her white carpet. I've been rambling round, I've been rambling round. I ain't never gonna let the dust settle down. Thank you.
I didn't know you wrote that.
Well, and it is available for purchase. We have CDs by Erik Brandt and the Rowe Family Singers available here. You also might have noticed the very colorful glass or plastic cup sitting on some tables, and it's a tip jar, because if you like what you hear, you can encourage these guys to do more of it in the future.
We need to help them pay for their hour-and-a-half trip from Plymouth.
The commute back, yes. So we also, in addition to the Rowe Family and Erik Brandt CDs, there's also some Charlie Parr and some other, well, the House of Mercy band CDs that are through House of Mercy Recordings. And there's another one in the works that should be out very, 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 very soon. I can almost feel it.
We've been working on it for a year.
Yeah, yep, yes. So those of you that went to the Luke the Drifter play / funereal remembrance / I don't even know what we call it.
/psychedelic.
There is a CD that came out of that is very exciting. Within the next 2 months, you can have it in your hands. We're going to do one more before we have a break. And do we have a... Okay, cats or dogs? There's your question. Ooh. Cats or dogs?
This is easy. Dogs. I love dogs. Cats are... I don't know. I don't know. I heard someone say that cats think they're God and dogs think you're God. So that's the difference.
Cats. Because I grew up with cats. We had cats always. And even Kim is allergic to cats, and so I said, all right, we won't have a cat. And then you brought home 2 rescue cats.
I used to be a dog person. But then I ended up getting one cat, and now I'm a cat person.
And I said, no, you're allergic. You're
I am.
allergic. You don't. We don't have to do this. And you fell in love.
I fell in love. We owned cats for how many years?
A long time.
We've been married 10 years.
We got rid of them when our
10 years.
daughters were born because we got tired of trying to pull cat hair out of their eyeballs.
And I can actually breathe again. Huh.
I don't have too much against cats, but I am explosively allergic to them. Like if I was sitting next to somebody right here who had cats, I would start sneezing and my eyes would water. So I'm definitely pro dog and I vote.
Do you want us to move them?
No, we have enough distance right here. We're okay, but
Kitties find her. They find her. She rescues them and they find her. She even works at a cat shelter. She loves cats.
okay, I'm not reacting to you yet.
Okay.
Thank you.
Terribly.
All right. This next song is called Farewell. It's another song by Kate Rusby, and it's a kind of a ballad about a sailor lost at sea. I have a husband who's a kayaker, so every now and then I hope he doesn't get lost in the churning water. But anyway, it's a good song.
One dark and stormy winter's night, the snow lay on the ground. The sailor boy stood on the wharf, and his ship was eastward bound. His sweetheart standing by his side shed many a bitter tear. And as he pressed her to his breast, he whispered in her ear, "'Twas in a gale the ship set sail, his love was standing by. She watched the vessel out of sight, and the tears bedimmed her eyes. She prayed to him in heaven above to guide him on his way. And all the parting words that night still echoed round the bay. Farewell, farewell, my own true love, this grief it makes me sore. And you will be my guiding light till I return once more. My thoughts will be of you, my love, when the storm is raging high. So farewell, farewell, remember me, my faithful sailor boy. My faithful sailor boy. So farewell, farewell, my own true love. On earth we meet no more, but we shall meet in heaven above, on that eternal shore. I hope to meet you in the land beyond the sky, where you had once departed to, thy faithful sailor boy. Farewell, farewell, my own true love, this grief it makes me sore.
was thinking we have a Kim and I have a sailor song too, but we haven't played it in, I don't know,
2 years.
2 years, so we're not going to play it. But so then we thought, all right, so what can we do thematically with it? So I spent a lot of time in the Boundary Waters growing up, in a canoe, and spent a lot of time in a canoe just in general. So there's a lot of water in our songs, and so this is one that we wrote. Kim was really lucky and got to do a semester down in Costa Rica, which is very much like Eden. It's quite an amazing place.
I cried every day.
With beauty, because it was so beautiful. Because you knew that I was here.
For missing you, I just cried.
But I did get to go.
Laying in the sun and sorry.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
Walking in the jungle, I cried.
Terrible.
It's terrible.
She did let me come down and visit her for spring break.
Just for a week, though. Just only for a week. Then I said, go away. I mean, I'll see you soon.
Yeah.
With love.
So we wrote this song while we were down there. It's called You Be the Melody. If you were an ocean and I were a boat, I would sail you from coast to coast.
If I was a river and you were the sea, I would flow to you wherever you be.
If you were the evening star, I'd sail oh so far as the waves slapped against the hull. Water would sing through stone, the seagulls cry and moan in the song would never end.
If I was a desert and you grain of sand, I'd always know the place wherever you stand.
If I was the gray sky and you were the rain, I never let you fall to earth again. If you were the songbird, I'd be the ear that heard the song that you were born to sing. You could sing loud and clear, and I'd be the atmosphere in the song would never end. All right, Mr. Accordion player. If I was a novel, a page you would be, I'd open up to you, the better to read.
If I was a radio, you were a song, oh, I would hum with you all day and night long.
If you were the melody, I'd be the harmony, and we'd sing song of you and me, our own private symphony, and the song would never end.
La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Eric.
I don't want to play anymore now.
You could do one about a manticore lost at sea. You've got the accordion. You could be a sea shanty.
Maybe the snuffleupagus instead of the manticore. This one does have a water connection. I'll do that much. You mentioned about how we were all in bands together in the mid-'90s, and recently my brother we used to, it was the good old days of cassettes. The first album my band released was on cassette. The good old days.
We did one of those, yeah.
Yeah. And we bootlegged a lot of live shows back then. And my brother recently converted all those cassettes into MP3 files, and he sent them to me. And it was really kind of a rude awakening to be reminded of how terrible we were in the mid-'90s as me and my band. Wow, we were bad. We had fun, though, but we were bad.
You had a pair of, like, tie-dye Zubas, I think they used to wear.
Those will not be talked about. This is a song called Get Into the Boat. And the chorus, like, you gotta get into the boat, get into the boat.
Okay.
And go across the waters, go across the waters. There's gonna be storms. Hold on, before you reach the other side. No. And that's over. And then it repeats. We're going to try to do a bit of a sing-along on this one. You gotta get into the boat,
Get into the boat,
and go across the waters.
go across the water.
There's gonna be storms
There's gonna be storms.
before you reach the other side. You gotta get into the boat,
Get into the boat,
and go across the waters.
go across the water.
There's gonna be storms,
Hold on,
or you're not gonna die. Clear out the cobwebs, it's time to get out of bed. You've been asleep for so long, you forgot where you belong. And come on down to the shore, well, I know you've been here before. The boat on the sand, you gotta push it away from the land. You gotta get into the boat,
Get into the boat,
and go across the waters.
go across the water.
There's gonna be storms
Hold on,
before you reach the other side. You gotta get into the boat,
get into the boat,
and go across the waters.
go across the water.
There's gonna be storms,
Hold on,
but you're not gonna die. You've been holding out till now from climbing into the bow, but you gotta cross the waters if you're gonna meet the Father. When the storm comes with its raging winds, be strong and never fear, you're a believer. Amazing solo. Jesus, my captain. Tell me where I'm going. This land ahead I don't recognize. Please tell me there it's you I'll find. You gotta get into the boat.
Get into the boat.
And go across the water.
Go across the water.
There's gonna be storms.
Hold on, hold on.
Before you reach the other side. You gotta get into the boat.
Get into the boat.
And go across the water.
Go across the water.
There's gonna be storms.
Hold on, hold on.
But you're not gonna die. Thank you for joining me on that.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and then we'll find out what projects they're working on and where we can find more about them later as we hear more. Bye, coffee. Calling the musicians. So next month's showcase, we have Karen Kramer, who's in the house, newly signed to our contract of free playing. We have, was it Jerry Small?
Yep, Jerry Small, who's an amazing songwriter from Duluth. She played on Prairie Home Companion a few years ago.
Nice, nice. And who was our third?
And the third person will be a fellow named Dave Strahan, who's an amazing guitar and pedal steel player, plays in a band called Romantica, another one called Farewell Milwaukee.
He's kind of all over the place.
Great songwriter. He plays in the Urban Hillbilly Quartet. Great guy. He does a lot of recording for House of Mercy Recordings as well at his home studio.
And we appreciate that.
We sure do.
So, while they're busy collaborating back there, it seems to me that Becky might have the biggest fan club. Is that true? Let's do a round of applause if you're here for Becky. That's right. That's right. And who's here for me? Oh, just kidding. Me. Thank you. That's right. Because if you volunteer enough, you get to be called a label rep, and the other label rep is back there. If you're interested in being a label rep, we can arm wrestle afterwards. There was a question from the audience for the Rowe family about your gig, your Monday gig on KFAI.
Yes.
Is that something that you can go back and listen to after the fact?
Yes.
Or is it live only?
We have a radio show every Monday morning at 10:30 a.m. on KFAI. And
it's really fun.
Thank you.
Really, really fun.
What makes it fun?
And it's archived for 2 weeks backwards. So there's always archival episodes online. And they're impossible to find, though. I don't know who asked, so I'm trying to just look at everybody.
Right there.
So you have to go to the schedule grid and go to Pam Without Boundaries, which is the show that our show is part of. And you just have to listen to the whole thing. Pam
Hill. She's an amazing DJ at KFAI. Yeah. It's a dangerous show to listen to. Every time you listen to it, you would go away wanting to buy like 3 CDs. It's always such good music.
Yeah.
And while we have you up at the mic, are there any new projects that you're working on, and where else can we find you on the interwebs as well as in live?
We're actually recording our first House of Mercy CD. We're doing a gospel CD that I don't know when it was supposed to be out last year in June.
Yes, it was.
So
we have 2 children.
So it'll be out this year in June. You heard it here first.
Yay! And I will buy it.
Yep. And rowfamilysingers.com, and we play every Monday night at the 331 Club in St. Paul, or Minneapolis rather. So we compete with our friends the Cactus Blossoms and Reina Del Cid now. We all have Monday night shows. Ours was the first.
It's possible to go to all in one night, though.
It is.
It is possible. Eric, any projects?
You can find out more about my music at erikbrandt.com, or you can just Google search the Urban Hillbilly Quartet, and you'll come to us. Probably the next bigger show I'm playing is actually part of something for House of Mercy Recordings. We're taking over the Amsterdam Bar and Hall in downtown St. Paul for 4 nights. 4 Wednesdays, and I'll be playing the last Wednesday of this month with a full band around 9 o'clock at the Amsterdam Barn Hall, February 27th.
You're only playing one? You're only doing one of them?
I'm just playing.
Let me
as
tell
a
you who
solo
else
act.
it is.
Oh.
Yes,
Yeah.
we have Chris Jones and Daddy Squeeze and John Rodine are the other opening acts.
Yep, and all those shows will be headlined by a band called the Bloodwash Band.
All right. And Becky, we can find you singing in your kitchen and where else?
Every night about 7 o'clock, we sing songs, the kids and I, so just join us in the...
She said every night at 7 o'clock they sing songs, the family.
So before you head over to the 331, you can swing to the east side of St. Paul and hover around. No, don't do that. That's creepy. Okay.
Speak in the
You
window.
can Skype.
So let's do another round of one, and then I have a good question. I'm not going to tell you yet. Who's Miriam? Oh. I thought Miriam was going to sing. Hey,
All right. This is a song by Alexi Murdoch called Wait. Feel I'm on the verge of some great truth, where I'm finally in my place. But I'm fumbling still for proof, and it's cluttering my space, casting shadows on my face. And though I have the strength to move the hill, I can hardly leave my room. So I sit perfectly still, and I'll listen for a tune, while my mind is on the moon. 'Cause if I stumble, if I stall, if I slip now and lose it all, if I can't be all that I can be, will you wait for me? 'Cause everywhere I seem to be, I am only passing through. I dream these days about the sea, but only wake up feeling blue, wishing I could be with you. 'Cause if I stumble, if I stall, if I slip now and lose it all, if I can't be all that I can be, will you wait for me and wait for me? Please wait for me. Wait for me. Won't you wait for me? Oh, wait for me. Please wait for me. Wait for me. Won't you wait for me?
This is a love song that Kim and I wrote together. I have to say, it is probably the hardest
the hardest songs to write are love songs. The hardest songs to write are love songs. And I think it comes from that there are a gazillion love songs out there, and maybe half of them are good, and the other half are really atrocious. And you don't want to fall into the atrocious camp. It's just kind of frowned upon by fellow musicians. And so there's a lot of pressure to write a good love song. And so we avoided it for a very, very long time. Because you don't want it to be trite. I mean, you don't want, love is a powerful thing and it's an important thing. And you don't want to make light of it, and you don't want to cheapen it or anything with just silly old cliches. So we just, I just broke down and wrote one for you, Kim. But this is also the thing, like when we wrote this, we've been listening to a ton of fiddle music. And fiddle music, like traditional fiddle music, is really interesting because there's this huge body of tunes, you know, thousands of fiddle tunes. And, you know, so we've got a little over 100 years of recordings of them, and they're very specific to who's playing them and the region of the country that they come from, or the region of the world that they come from. And one of the things that I started noticing when we were listening to a lot of them was that you get these really old recordings where you'll have these guys, they'll be playing them, and then just out of nowhere, it's like they just get the spirit and they start singing. And there's just like, there'll just be this little outburst of lyrics in the middle of this fiddle tune. And I was really interested by that idea, because a lot of these tunes do have words, most people don't sing them. They play them as dance songs, and when people are square dancing or clogging, they don't really care if somebody's singing, so they get kind of left behind. So I just was really fascinated with that idea. So this song, we built it on the idea of like this, it's about the music, and then there's just the words are just these little tiny, like three lines together. I don't know if I'm explaining it well. You'll hear what I mean, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you very much. Did that make sense? More music than words? That's what I was trying to say.
That's great. I'll do a love song too. This is one I wrote. My wife and I have 3 children. And all of them are in this song. It's a love song for children. It's called Was There a Time Before You? Thank you. Let's see if I can get up this high tonight. Was there a time before you? You digging in the sandbox for your missing shoe. As I see you sleeping, I tussle your hair. Promise me you'll always be there. Was there a time before you? The sound of you singing, you dancing in the living room. And you asked me, Daddy, can I catch a sunbeam? It'll be there, darling, if you believe. Was there a time before you? Your penguins in the kitchen, your truck's hiding in my boot. As I eat my breakfast, your dinosaur stares me down. Promise me you'll always be around. 'Cause you keep me from hearing the ticking in my head. The shadows and darkness flee in your stead. You push me from the valley to the top of the hill. You remind me that life is wonderful. Was there a time before you? I'm sure all the parents in the room can relate to that song.
There was some perking up about the dinosaur staring down. Yes. All right, one more song, you think? One more? One more.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I thought you had a question for us.
Oh, yeah, I do. Okay. He was thinking about it. Okay, best book you've read this year.
Wait, you mean 2013? It's only been a month.
You can go, no.
I've
go
read
back
her
a
like
year.
6.
Yeah.
Well, then you start.
No. I'm being sarcastic, really. I think Becky's up first.
Well, I read a really interesting graphic novel called Mouse that I really liked in our book club. So that one I really liked, Mouse 1 and 2.
That's Art Spiegelman. Those are amazing books. I just slammed through Lev Grossman's The Magicians and the Magician King. It's the description, like everybody says, that's, you know, like all the little blurbs you read, it's Harry Potter for adults. It's the idea of if magic was real and kids really went to Hogwarts, and it's absolutely amazing. Probably one of the best things I've read in a long time, actually. It's quite powerful. And she's trying to remember, but you're reading so Lev Grossman has a twin brother, Austin Grossman, who's also a novelist. And you're reading his book, Soon I Will Be Invincible.
Soon I Will Be Invincible. But I'm enjoying it. I really am. I like it a lot. But there's another
Red
book.
Shirts?
Yes, Red Shirts. Who's that by?
John Scalzi.
Scalzi. I enjoyed that.
It's the Red Shirts from Star Trek. It's about the red shirts on Star Trek. You don't ever be a red shirt on Star Trek.
They always die.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's what the book is about. It's awesome.
The one I want to remember is just gone. So, runner-up is a book by Michael Ondaatje, who's a great Sri Lankan author, lives in Toronto, and they're on a ship. They're going from India
The Life
to...
of Pi?
No, different author.
You're right.
It's gone. Sorry.
Tell us when you get.
Yeah, the one I want to remember is very different kind of book. Anyway, I usually read about 7 books at the same time, and they all get blurred in my brain. So right now I'm reading a lot of poetry by Louise Gluck, who's a great, great poet. So, and a book by Jack Weatherford called How the Indians Enriched America, which is a fantastic read. All right.
I'm going to ask my brother to come up and sing a duet with me. This is the first song I learned on the ukulele. And it's called Tonight You Belong to Me. Oops. Are you ready? Okay. This is Matt Christensen. Sorry. Oh, you came
Oh yeah, I
from
won the
Turkey.
contest. I came from Izmir, Turkey.
Yeah.
Oh, you totally win.
I win.
I know you belong to somebody new, but tonight you belong to me. Although we're apart, you're a part of my heart, and tonight you belong to me. Way down by the stream, how sweet it would seem once more just to dream in the moonlight. My honey, I know with the dawn that you will be gone, but tonight you belong to me. Way down by the stream, how sweet it would seem once more just to dream in the moonlight. My honey, I know with the dawn that you will be gone, but tonight you belong to me, just a little old me.
So, which Steve Martin movie is that?
Yeah, the jerk.
The Jerk. It is The Jerk. That's right. It's him and Bernadette Peters. That was awesome. It's really good. How do you follow that? I did. That's one of my favorite movies, too. Not as much as Star Wars, maybe, but pretty close. Boy, that stumped me, man. You still want to do that? We should do when we see you guys. So let's do it. I see Nicole.
Sorry.
Let's do this here. Let's just grab this guitar and see what happens. Let's do Heart to the Earth. It's good. This is a good one. This is what we decided. It's okay. So this is one that we wrote. It's on our first CD, the black and white one with a tree on it over there. It's a song called My Heart Took to the Earth. And, oh yeah, that's a good one. We'll do that one instead. Good call, Kim. Okay, forget that. This is on the CD that we've got coming out on House of Mercy Records soon. This is an old Methodist hymn called Daniel Prayed.
I heard about a man one day who wasted not his time away. Oh, Daniel prayed every morning, noon, and night. He cared not for the king's decree, but trusted God to set him free. Oh, Daniel prayed every morning, noon, and night. Oh, Daniel served the living God while here upon this earthly trod. He prayed to God every morning, noon, and night. He cared not for the things of hell. He trusted God who never failed. He prayed to God every morning, noon, and night. They cast him in the lion's den because he would not honor men. He prayed to God every morning, noon, and night. The jaws were locked and made him shout, but God soon brought him safely out. Oh, Daniel prayed every morning, noon, and night. Oh, Daniel served the living God while here upon this earthly trod. He prayed to God every morning, noon, and night. He cared not for the things of hell. He trusted God who never failed. He prayed to God every morning, noon, and night. Now, brothers, let us watch and pray like Daniel lived from day to day. Oh, Daniel prayed every morning, noon, and night. We too can gladly daring do the things that God will take us through. Oh, Daniel prayed every morning, noon, and night. Oh, Daniel served the living God while here upon this earthly trod. He prayed to God every morning, noon, and night. He cared not for the things of hell. He trusted God who never failed. He prayed to God every morning, noon, and night. Oh, Daniel served the living God while here upon this earthly trod. He prayed to God every morning, noon, and night. He cared not for the things of hell. He trusted God who never failed. He prayed to God every morning, noon, and night.
Thank you very much. Kim is saying that it takes her breath away. It's so, and I even played it slow.
Ooh. I'm turning my back on you, but don't take it personally.
I know. Oh yeah.
I have the piano here. I figure somebody better use it. I don't really know how to follow that song, so I'm just gonna go for a new theme altogether.
I just feel bad for you because we both had duets.
Yeah. So the last song I did was about my children, and as is this one. It's a tune called "Wherever You Go," and when I had an interesting experience when our youngest child was born. I was home with our older two kids, and I brought them to meet their new brother, my new son, the next morning after his name is Teddy, had been born. And we had a great time in the hospital. They were holding their little brother. It was fantastic. And then it was time to go. And as we left the hospital and got in the car, and I was driving the older two children home, our middle son, Henry, just started crying, this heartbreaking crying. And he was 3 at the time, almost 3. And he didn't quite have the words, I think, to express the emotions he was feeling. And thinking back now, I think maybe he was realizing he was no longer the baby of the family, or maybe he was thinking like, Mommy's at the hospital and I'm being taken away, what's going on? So it was just a very long night of me holding him and him crying and crying, and just trying to encourage him that we love him and we'll be there with him wherever, always with him. So it's a song for parents called Wherever You Go. Let's talk about the cloud that's hanging. Talk about the cloud hanging over your head. Talk about the sound I'm hearing. Sound of your heart breaking. Don't forget, we'll be with you wherever you go. I felt your tears falling, soaking into my shoulder. You were scared of the change. Will things ever be the same again? Don't forget, we'll be with you wherever you go. Oh, my beautiful boy, these thunderstorms will pass. As dreams pull you into sleep, we'll kiss your head, this vow we'll keep. Don't forget, we'll be with you wherever you go. Don't forget, we'll be with you wherever you go. Thank you.
Thank you once again for joining us. Next month, hopefully we'll see you Friday, March 3rd. And if you'd like to be on our emailing list, it's separate from the House of Mercy Church email list. It's just about music events. And again, we have the Amsterdam shows starting February 13th, going for 4 weeks. And who knows what else? Any last? Oh. Yes, a sing-along.
Eric wants
Don't
to do
you
a
think?
sing-along of You Are My Sunshine. Will you guys sing You Are My Sunshine with us?
Very nice.
Thank you so much, everybody, for coming. And do come back and join us at the showcase. It's always the first Friday of the month, so first Friday of March.
Keep talking, I gotta retune.
And it was snowing outside. And
I didn't take one. All right, that was painful. You Are My Sunshine, key of G.
Okay. Ukulele?
I don't think mine's in tune with you.
Okay. What key are we doing it in?
G.
Okay.
The people's key.
Sky I'll always love you and make you happy if you will always say the same. But if you leave me to love another, you'll regret it all of your days. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. You told me once, dear, you really loved me, and no one else could come between. But now you left me to love another, and you've shattered all of my dreams. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Let's do that again. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. No, please don't take my sunshine away.
Thank you all so much.
Thank
That was
you.
wonderful singing. Thank you. Is this Meredith? Miriam. Let's have a big hand for Miriam. That was pretty super.